Okay. Hey guys. I'm going to do mean, median, mode, range, and outlier real quick. So just to give us some shortcut words, the mean, it means the average. We've done a couple of those. The median, the best way to remember that one is going to be, it's the middle number. That one's pretty easy, although there is a little trick if you have two numbers in the middle. The mode is the number that happens most. We'll do an example with that. The answer could be no mode to a problem also, so that it doesn't have to be a mode. The range is the difference from the biggest number and we subtract the smallest number. So we'll see an example of that in a second. And for the outlier, it's the number that's the furthest away from the data. I was looking online for some shortcut words and they were just saying lies outside. So the number lies outside the normal data information. We're not going to see an example of the outlier right now, although I can mention it on the problem. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at this set of data. And the first thing we want to do is we want to take those numbers and we want to put them in order from least to greatest. So we're going to start, and 3 is the smallest, so I'm rewriting them all. I'm going to put the hash mark across it so this way we know not to use that one again. When I look, I see actually there's another 3. There's a 5. Then there's the 7, 8, 9, and 11. Now, when we were doing the numbers before for mean, if you remember, we were actually taking the sum of all the numbers, and the sum in this case was 46, and we were dividing it by the number of addends. So the number of addends is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I put that in my calculator and I go 46 divided by 7, we actually got a pretty large decimal, but I stopped at the hundredths place, and we're going to just stop right there. So our mean was 6.57. So the mean of this data is 6.57. Now you have to look at the question to see if they want it rounded to the nearest whole number, tenths place, hundredths place. Depends what they're looking for. We go back to our data set, and the second one we were looking at then was the median. So that's the middle number. So I'm going to cross out the numbers on the ends, and I'm going to work my way to the middle. And once I hit the middle number, that's my median. So that's the simple way to do median. And there's another example I'll have to do where you get two numbers in the middle. And that's pretty easy to figure out. So we'll teach that one. But for now, for this set of data, it's a 7. Now when I'm looking at the data for the mode was the most. So if I'm looking at this, I see that 3 happened twice and everything else happened once. So that tells me my mode is 3. The range, I'm going to take the biggest number. I'm going to subtract the smallest number. And 11 minus 3, that's an 8. So my range is 8. And when I'm looking at the numbers to see if there's an outlier, I don't see any number that's really far away. An example of an outlier might be if I was looking at this data and there was the number 37. That would then be the outlier. But in this case, since there's no 37, we're just going to put no outlier. And that's how I found that information for the data set. And remember, mean means average, median is middle, mode is most, range is the difference. We're to take the smallest, subtract it from the biggest, and the outlier means lies outside the rest of the data. Thanks, Ivy, for asking for this one, and please send your requests for any problems, and I'll do my best to work them out for you. Thanks, guys. Miss you. Have a good day.